Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here on this beautiful Saturday morning. God bless each and every one of you. Let's jump on in, sharing your most precious asset, which is your time, to make this show absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. It takes an observer and a creator, right? And you guys help create too. Let's take a look here at what's happening to BTC. We talked about being in a bear flag here on the 1 hour time frame. That it is, folks. That it is, and it seemed to have broken down. Lost the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. That is bearish to me. We had to stay above it. I tested the will of that a couple times. We won a few little scalp trades. One was at break even. It didn't happen. I'm the most bullish guy. I went at this reversal more than, and we could have got the bounce, and they faked it a few times, but it just looks like it's not going to happen. A lower high here created on the tweezer top. A rollover. Can we get the bounce? Let's take a look at the big picture here for Bitcoin. We'll get rid of the spaghetti for a split second. Look at it all exactly as we want. Let's open this up. Take a look at Bookmap. Bookmap has liquidity where? Technically nowhere, right? Not as too strong. It looks like we have some here, some there too. And I'll even, there we go. Whenever I let it run for like 10 hours straight, it just tends to it's been running all night. So I usually delete it. Every morning or every 12 hours, I'll reset Bookmap if I haven't restarted my computer. Yeah. In the green from the short I took yesterday. There you go, my man. God bless you. And I just don't trade the weekends, especially when we had a good week of trading. The one thing I do believe was a move was to buy oil on Friday afternoon. It slipped my mind. I just, for whatever, it kind of gets me going because I was just telling myself I should have bought oil. Then at 7 when the market's closed and I can't get any, I see this beautiful bull pennant. Maybe it comes down, you never know, and does a stop hunt. They've been doing that a little bit there and there. They did one right here too. Remember, we got into oil back in here too, talking about 70. I got into oil here. $71, and I was telling you I see it ripping. Because you knew there was going to be issues with the Strait of Hormuz. It was kind of an obvious thing, man. I guess I'm old. I've been in this long enough. They play games, man. And you knew there was going to be games being played, right? And there was games being played. So they're going to play around with the news and the Strait of Hormuz, and that's going to affect the price of oil, right? Whether it's speculative or not, whether the war ends on Tuesday and everything kind of goes back to normal. We will see. Everyone thinks this could be a World War III, and I think that's what gets everybody kind of on edge. But, I keep a cool, calm head right now. I still call it like a conflict in my mind and just say, hey, right, maybe I'm being, naive. And at the same time, I know anything is possible. But I don't want to give in to even the conscious narrative of war. You know what I mean? I want to just say, in my reality, this ends in a couple days. Everybody realizes it was not worth it for either economy. We want to get back to growing and being progressive as a human race. We don't have time for this nonsense. But we'll see. We will see. So, yeah, this is a trade on oil that I was looking at, and probably Friday was probably a great time to get in. Regardless, I could make a prediction whether I touched it or not, just to kind of constantly keep up with the mental exercise. But there you have it, right? Good morning, Sam. Hope you're feeling better today. Going to my kids' b-ball game this morning. Hope you have a great day. God bless you, man. Hope they have a wonderful time there. And, they learn those lessons, those beautiful lessons of life. How to win, how to lose, how to share, and sometimes how to slam it down somebody's throat. But, man, sports gives you all that, right? The aggression. You can get out some aggression. You can push yourself. You can find what it means to be a team player. You can learn to lose. You can learn to win graciously both ways. You got to absolutely love what sports did. For me, I loved it, It was a good thing. I wish I could play sports to this day. I miss it. Now that my foot's hurt, I'm like, damn. Dang, man, dang. So let's take a look at Bitcoin monthly, big picture. It's, it started off nice with a little bit of a wick. But now we're getting a huge wick from the downside. And, it's usually these turn into red candles. And as crazy as this sounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it could be the 6th red month. It's setting up. for this to be the 6th red month, in my humble opinion. AI said we won't. We'll have a green month. Remember we went over that yesterday? Funny, why is this so big? Even this here, though, it doesn't need to be that big. Like, anyway, like this extra space. I'll figure it out one day. Right now, it's whatever. So the monthly already kind of starting to look I'm being honest, to look sketchy. It looked good. Like, it was starting to look strong. It was above this monthly, this tweezer top. And I said, man, wow. You close above 71,280. Remember 71,300? I was like, man. And, might as well just chuck 71.5 in there. Lockheed Martin to quadruple its production this sector. Yeah, they're building bombs, man. They just sold $151 million worth of bombs to Israel. The United States did. So now we're selling them bombs. It just... Both sides again, it's the same old story. The richest families selling weaponry to both sides of the sphere. It's insane. It's like the same game we keep playing, but even though we all know what it is, it's just nuts. Like, enough is enough. When will we get on a new my consciousness has already risen so far away that it's foreign to me. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, I want to sit with everyone and go over all the truths of the world. I want to, we should have like a place where everyone gets to meet and talks about all the knowledge in the world, man. I mean, now it's the internet, right? So anyway, the first thing I'm seeing is the fact that this could just end up being a bear flag. I'm not saying this for sure. I don't want to be like the old, this guy said it was going down to 41,000. I'm just, I'm a guy that waits for confirmation, and I don't see bullish confirmation right now. We would need a 2-week chart to close above these two candle bodies here, which is about 70,000. Weekly looks like it is finally going to close green, the first green week. Isn't that crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, folks? 6 months straight, 6 weeks straight. I don't even know if we've ever seen that. Like, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and at least we had some fun here. But man, it's been 6 weeks, and again, we've longed a lot. I've got into a lot of longs, and it's so crazy, right? It doesn't look like there was any green, but there was. So, we're looking at this, and to me, like I said before, it could just be making a bear flag like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks sideways, and then we dump again. Be prepared for that type of pain. Okay, this is Bitcoin. It's always going to be worse than you thought it was. My thing is this. Like, Sam, you got it twisted. You don't understand. Some days you're bullish, other days you're bears. Then you're buying Bitcoin. We don't get it. I say, listen. I try to explain this. I think today I'm going to have the best chance at doing it. My brain needs to be so clear to see it. Okay. Close my eyes to see so I don't have any distractions with what I'm saying. Here's the deal. You're a human being. You look at the markets. Here's the markets, okay? Your first 2 years, you see this, right? And you've seen a low and a high, but you don't really know, I've been doing back testing and looking at charts and hanging out, I'm 43 now. Started just buying and selling stocks at 22, 23 years old. So 20 years of knowing what it's like to just, dream of being in an investment and to pay in buying something. After 5 years, I started dabbling with looking at a little bit of indicators, started trading. And so I have 15 years of looking at indicators, right? And a good 10 at being really, really hot on. And since, and we're talking 2000s, I was trading before I even found Bitcoin in 2017. Soon that will be 10 years from now, which is crazy to me. Point is, you watch the market and you see so much of the market in your lifetime, right? First year, second year, third year. After 10 years of watching the market, you've seen a high, a low, a high, a low, right? And now in Bitcoin, I've seen 3 basically lows. The low I came into, the low in the middle, that low. And so now I'm comparing this low to all the lows I've been into. And in my mind, I have never seen the fear and greed go below a 7 in my life. And I saw this thing at a 5. I think twice. So I don't know, it bugs me out a little bit because it tells me, right? Like, how could this not be the bottom? So that tells me that there's a good chance that we've bottomed. So what do? I don't open up a massive mega leverage trade because they might go after the shorts and do in the longs and do basically a bear trap, just like they do bull traps. Here was a bull trap, ripped it down, right? Why did they pack their bags? I always talk about this. If you wick up is going after liquidity, right? It's like we smashed in, we grabbed what we could. Why are you packing your bags? You must be going somewhere. Yeah. It's crazy as they pack their bags here, they haven't gone anywhere yet. Similar to this wick here, was a capitulation wick. Like, it's kind of is a similar area that we're in right now. Massive, but it's like, why did you pack your bags? Here's another massive wick here that turned out to be, but things went well that, things went the way they were supposed to with the way of the motion of the chart there. So anyway, so this is just all I'm looking at. This is the idea just to keep me so I'm like on point. This is bothering me that this is so much space, but whatever. Maybe it's up here that you do it. I don't know where you do that. Usually one of you guys says, hey, Sam, do this and do that. Maybe you double click it. I don't know what happened. Why I got so chubbly. I have a chart over here that's not doing that. Like this one isn't doing it. I could just go to Bitcoin where I was and then we go from there, right? Yeah, okay, cool. We'll just move on like it never happened. Where was I? Yeah, okay. We're at the weekly. So the weekly could just make a bear flag, continue down. Your measured move is about 41,000. And I keep getting this 38, 41,000. And I could be wrong, but that just looks like if we bottom, that could be the bottom. All right. When will you be able to walk again? It's just sad. Today I have to be honest, everyone. Today I got a little, I shouldn't be. I'm always like, yeah, but today I guess I got a little down, man. Last night before I went to bed, I watched rehab videos of people rehabbing, and I just looked at how much work I got to do and like move my foot back and forth. And it just, I got to really want it. I'm going to have to work at it every single day. It's going to take a lot of time, energy. And, last night was emotional for me, as corny as this is going to sound. But, Jason Tatum coming back, he hurt his Achilles in June. And last night was his first night. I made sure to watch at least a bit of the game. And I watched the last 5 minutes with my daughter. And then I watched them when they interviewed him. And I thought he was going to be like just low key. And it's what it takes to be a millionaire. Grind, got laughed at with 5 viewers for months. Keep going. Dad died. Keep going. Mom died. Keep going. Major injury. Keep going. Amen. Yeah. It's funny. Someone that I remember when I had 3 viewers, they texted me one day or something, and they were like, good luck to you and 3 viewers. And I was like, me and my show. And he was like, good luck to you and your 3 viewers. And that person texted me recently and said, man, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm recently in NA, and like, I would never mention their name, God bless them. But they wrote me a long message, and they said, I'd actually like to read it, but like summarize it, but I'll summarize it. But it was the most beautiful message I've ever received. It was an email, and it was like, back then I was all about me and my ego, and I put a lot of people down, and it was all about competition, and I didn't realize, like, I think I was super rude to you, and I never meant to be, and, I could have made you a friend, but I alienated you like a lot of other people, and I was like, wow, it takes so much to write that email, right? And the iWalk stinks, man. I don't like it. Yeah. I'm not into it. And it doesn't work with my cast because my cast like jams into the front because it has this bubble. So it doesn't work with my cast unless I put on the splint with the, I have to change how I'm doing things. Anyway, let's get back into brass tacks here. I'm off topic, but. So Bitcoin on the weekly could just be making a bear flag. Just be mindful of that. It could just be going sideways, playing with us for 8 more weeks before a dump. The reason why I believe it's different is the fear and greed is at 5 twice. I I had to buy Bitcoin here. There's a good chance we bought them, just like this was a wick. There's a good chance based off, and I'm going off that one thing. I'm not saying it's amazing. I'm just going off that one idea. There's a chance. And the weekly's going to close green. Hopefully a bullish engulfing. I just want to see this one fit inside of that candle. We can hopefully shrug off this massive wick, which is really strange. But it is what it is. Would have been so nice without it. But everything's been a pump and dump. Everything has been a pump and dump recently. That 5-day chart still looking, like it could do 3 green candles in a row, but we'll see. And then here we are on the daily. You could even put the daily saying it's forming a rising wedge now. And I also see it retesting this trend line. See this trend line here? If we stay above it, there's a chance we could stay alive. You can say this is the flag that broke out of. We're just going to retest this trend line. And we're just retesting. We pumped and we're just making sure. We're coming back to retest. It really depends. Today we preferably need a green candle body close here. And I wouldn't be surprised if somehow we get bullish today. I've been looking for the bounce. Previous resistance. You would expect the bounce here on the daily. It's very strong. Many candles resisted here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd expect some type of bounce, but I'm not saying, nothing's guaranteed. So I'm looking for the daily to get us a bounce here, back to the top of the channel, even go sideways and then dump. Not saying it's even not bearish. I just want to see a bounce, you see? 12-hour attempting to tweezer bottom here, right? Let me see. I got to pull this away. Not that over here, that over here. Yeah. It's attempting. You zoom in, you see what's going on there, but who knows? It's the beginnings of what could be. I mean, that's high risk, high reward right there. 4-hour finally showing a tweezer bottom. It hasn't done it yet. Finally closed a green candle next to a red one. You see what I'm saying? I've been taking each and every one of these. I only need to win 3 out of 10 of them, but dang, man. And Saturday is tough. But I'll tell you what, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I take it I take a tweezer bottom every time. Because most of the time that's what happens. Now this is going to be blind of all the other indicators. I'm not going to, I'm going to look at the 1 minute with you guys, but I'm not going to think about it. I don't like that we're below the 200 moving average though. It's not my that would be like, it's real hard for me to do that. 1 minute looks like it may get back above it though. I'm going to front run it. It's just like, come on, man. You've dumped the thing for days. Look at how much all you do is dump. What goes up must come down. I'm basically just like going off a have to idea here. Again, it's going to be small ball. 71, 649, 67, 412. The weekends are horrible. But look, it's a 7-1 if we hit, right? So we chuck it. Let's see, man. That candle body, we finally got it. Anyway, let's go back. So could we get a move? A little bit of kind of very oversold in the stochastics RSI in the 4-hour time frame. That's as oversold as you get. Would have been so. There's so many chances for us to consolidate there. Never took it. Does also look like a kind of a bear flag, though, right? We have to be on. It doesn't look amazing, but that could break out. Could even make a right shoulder. But that could break out a shoulder, head, right shoulder. Some strong bull div. You see it? I don't know why the indicator did that. TradingView does some funny things sometimes. Oh, I probably hit this stuff in the. I don't know why they did that because that stuff gets in the way a lot. It should be like a different hidden menu because you hit it when you don't want to hit it. Like I'm trying to make a line here. So there's strong bull div there on the 1-hour time frame. You are bouncing. You are bouncing. So some strong bullish divergence there. Let's take a look back at the 15-minute time frame. Tight moving averages, you could get a pump up to the 200 moving average. We're seeing a push up in the stochastics, lack of bearish momentum. Bit of almost like a double bottom, almost like an inverted there. Not amazing, but... And the 1 minute is above the 200 moving average, so I didn't even look, but the 1 minute is kind of showing my signal, my model here. I'd like for the 21 to touch, but I mean, this is, we've seen this many times. Eat the shorts alive. Let's get that book map back up and running. There will be a trade we talk about on Monday or even tomorrow. Keep your head up, brother. I'm selling my short for gains. Hey, don't get out of your trade due to me, man. You might make money. I don't know, They're scaring us to not fully commit a trade. Yeah. But that's good, man. I like what you said, only DCA, but it's nothing wrong with only DCA. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what the biggest, richest people are doing, man. They're DCA. Yeah, this still says we're going lower to 65,000. So Bookmap screaming at me that I'm going against Bookmap right now. Bookmap wants to tank us to the downside. There's going to be like just a complete dumpage. We'll see. I'm live trading here on weeks on the 4-hour time frame. Oh, I already had remember the gold trade we made? Remember the gold trade I made? Hey, we'll see where that ends up, but it ended up closing, for the, And if the war keeps going on, you're going to get oil and gold are going to pump a couple more days. So I want to take advantage of that. And there's that gold trade. I believe I made it live. If not, I gave it to the group for sure. Or I either made it live or I gave it to the group. Everything I do is scrutinized. Yeah. Shark Vanilla to Daily holding VWAP. Yeah. Sam getting the bears spooked. Spooking the bears. Don't poke the bears. So Bookmap says we dumped to 65K, but hey, it's not 100%. And let's see, man. I'll take the first tweezer bottom. I've seen 1, 2. The last one didn't play out. I took that one too. I'm just going to take every one until one of them hits. You know what I mean? If every single time I see a strategy is a strategy if you do it a lot. I've been doing this a lot now, these candle bodies. No pants, clown promise. Oh my gosh. Got my 1500 with life for oil trade, my man. Oil was ripping, bro. Yeah, I gave a beautiful entry for oil that never got stopped down if you jumped into oil. Appreciate you mentioning that. A great week last week where we traded multiple assets. Showed you how you could trade oil, gold, Bitcoin, you name it with my strategy. It doesn't work on just Bitcoin. It works on everything. Look at that. Look at that. I said, they're going to Bart Simpson. And they did it immediately. It's so crazy. It's like they're listening. We'll see. Well, how close was I already? Yeah, there we go. Amazing. This market stays open. I trade this all weekend long. I thought it stayed flat, right? This market doesn't move. I see like orders, but those are people putting in orders for Monday, right? Thank you for gifted 10 memberships. You didn't have to do that, but you did, Marcus. You've been such a blessing, man. God bless you. Thank you. Super awesome, brother. Yeah, but this is my my gold trade. I'm believing gold's going to come up, bounce to the top of the channel, come back down, get tight again, get real, or just really break out. But I like this entry. Whenever you're near the 200, you're getting good price. Like, really, you know what I mean? That's the whole point. Right there, that was the best price. Right there was a good price. Right there. So I buy near the 200. You sell away from the 200. You buy with the 21. You sell away from the 21. You buy when the 21 and the 200 are close together. You sell when the 21's away from the 200. So I only need 2 moving averages on my chart. I could trade like this. I can trade with 2 moving averages, no other indicators, and just price action. I can teach you price action. I can teach you support and resistance. I can teach you candles. I can teach you every single thing you need to know. Okay? I can hook you up. I can show you the way. I can hurt you up. Exactly where you want to be, where you want to go. I can lift you up. Love that track. Nothing but you want to do, it will be better gone. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oil bulls are having a good time, and it was easy to speculate. They're going to mess around with the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to touch them with the price of oil. Take a, to go look. And then all you had to do was look at oil, and it was making bull flags. And, oh, wow, look at that beautiful candle. This is that weekend trading. When you're on the small time frames, that's why I learned on the weekend. If I'm going to trade the weekend, to trade the 1 hour and the 4 hour. To get off the 1 hour time, the 1 minute. No more 1 minute weekend trades. Because look, I mean, you would have been stopped. You see. Crypto rank Bitway still up there. Superform, Fabric, Opinion, Enso keeps coming up. Creator, which could be kind of like a Facebook or something. And I mean, when I hear about it, it makes me think, is it like a YouTube, you know what I mean? A place where people can learn and build. 19% for Humanity. River still hanging in there. Kite still hanging in there. Really only 2 coins worth trading recently. Look at this, man. Bitcoin out the flag. And the strategy's still playing out. You get in on a flag above the 200. The 21 hasn't touched yet, but man, it just looks too good to be true, right? My strategy says this is like a 60% chance. The second the 21 crosses and gets near price, it has like an 80% chance of breaking out. Clarity Act gains momentum. What the proposed bill says. During the current crypto market downturn, the proposed Clarity Act is gaining renewed attention in the United States. It aims to create clear rules for the digital assets and determine which government agencies will regulate different parts of the crypto industry. Kristen Smith believes the legislation could pass by July of 2026, although the political process remains complex. Her timeline is similar to your time. No, I'm just... Her timeline is similar to the projections from analysts at J.P. Morgan, who also expects the bill to be approved around mid-year. However, some industry leaders are even more optimistic. Brad Garlinghouse previously stated the chances the bill could pass by April, 90% chance. Despite early optimism, it briefly lost momentum earlier this year. The turning when Brian Armstrong withdrew support for legislation, arguing parts of the proposed appeared to favor the traditional banking sector. So, he saw that he was getting pushed out of yield. He didn't like that. And they're going to have to come to some agreement there. Crypto Life will be an extra foreign diplomat for the true Korea. Much love, comrade. You're so crazy, man. Shout out to Timber John Yoon. We love you, man. You got to have a sense of humor these days, man. You got to. We talked about copper making some moves here. Let's go over it. So we made a live trade for Bitcoin. I kind of put my money where my mouth is. We looked at BTC. We had some fun. We were looking for this flag to break out in the interim. And we're looking for the 4 hour to bounce off the, so we zoom into the smaller time frames to see how we can execute an entry. And then we look at the bigger time frames and make sure they're still good to go. So they're both oversold. So I'm looking, you know what I mean? 1 hour's a little overbought, which tells us we might need to take a chill, but we got to get that. We got to get that move. 15-minute looks interesting. I'd like to see the 15-minute close this gap up to the 200, back to 69.5. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm curiously bullish for the morning, but it doesn't look amazing. Yeah. No pocket poker, please. Ooh, be careful over there. Pocket hockey over there? Hey. I'm not a pocket player, no. I don't know what that means either. I'm not even going to actually, Because why would I need to do that? My wife's in the next room. Like, holy moly, what's happening? I'm alive for one of these. We love you, Grandmaster Fred in the house on a Saturday. He's up at 6:55 in the morning on a Saturday, ready to go. Playing with the trades. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Grandmaster Fred. Now, God bless you, man. Hope everything's going well out here in this beautiful world that we all existed together. Keeping the vibrations high. Now, someone says Trump is live right now. Is that true? Let's take a look. Let's see. If it is, we'll bring it to you live. Grok is a great source. You just ask, Grok, are you live? Is he really live right now? Because people say that and then he's not live. So is he really live? Can anyone verify? Is he live? Yeah, been to Canada many times, man. I lived in Boston. We weren't that far. We had hockey tournaments up there, St. Catherine Street, Montreal. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's take a look at what's happening here on the show. Let's get us situated.
Now, during the 4 years, we had a rigged election. You probably read about it. You probably heard something. So it gave me 4 years to contemplate. And to stage my comeback. I staged the comeback. They say it was a comeback. I didn't think it was a comeback because I had the people on my side. So I didn't view it as a comeback, but they did everything possible during that 4 years. They're crooked politicians, dirty cops. They're dirty cops. They did everything possible to make it impossible for
Dirty cops. Those dirty cops did it again.
But during that period of time, I learned a lot.
Don't mock the president.
And I learned
it's the United
how
States.
you people, and I saw it so badly, how you're suffering with what's happening with the crime in the region. And I said, if we ever come back, we're going to eradicate that crime. And I'm going to work with you. And if you want, we're going to do it. We can do it pretty easily. As part of our commitment to countering the cartel presence in our region, we must recognize the epicenter of cartel violence is Mexico. The Mexican cartels are fueling and orchestrating much of the bloodshed and chaos in this hemisphere, and the United States government will do whatever is necessary to defend our national security and to protect the safety of the American people. No, look, it's coming through Mexico. And I like the president very much. She's a very good person. She's got a beautiful voice, a beautiful woman, but a beautiful voice. President. I said, let me eradicate the cartels. No, please, President. We have to eradicate them. We have to knock the hell out of them because they're getting worse. They're taking over their country. The cartels are running Mexico. We can't have that. Too close to us, too close to you. But everything comes in through Mexico, mostly. At the same time, all of us must recommit to ensuring that law and order within our own nations, and that includes showing zero tolerance for the gang activity, tremendous gang activity in Venezuela. That's in much better shape than it ever has been. We've developed a great relationship in Venezuela. The savages who murder and rape with impunity must be permanently removed from society. We must not allow our criminal justice systems to be corrupted so that they protect these criminals and animals at the expense of your people. And for some reason, all over the world, this is a region that has problems that other regions don't have. They have different problems, but they don't have this problem. The United States last year, we achieved the largest drop in murder rate in recorded history. We have the lowest murder rate in 125 years. Hard to believe because, I don't know, it's, we've got a lot of them out, but we allowed through the Biden policies and Obama, who was another terrible president, by the way. It was Barack Hussein Obama, terrible president. He was a divider, great divider. I call him the great divider. But they allowed a lot of people into our country.
Dude was in the limousine, he was doing
Biden,
in that
because
limousine.
Biden had no idea what he was doing. He had no clue. It was being run by whoever got near the auto pen was running the country. He was the auto pen president, and frankly, they let at least 25 million people come in to our country. Some from prisons, some from mental institutions.
Which ain't funny.
Gang members.
It's really sad.
The heads of gangs.
It's true.
The mentally insane, I'll tell you. People came in from mental institutions and insane asylums. And we took them. We had an open border policy. It's a policy divided and devised by idiots. But they poured into our country. So we went from the worst border in history to by far the best border. We have the best, strongest border that we've ever had. We have great people that did that job. By securing our border and cracking down on traffickers and smugglers, we've reduced the fentanyl pouring across our border by 67%. This is in our first year, Give me a little more time, we'll do better. 67%, which is a number that's unthinkable. They say if you could do 2%, 1%, but we got it down 67%. And we got a lot of the murderers out. We had 11,888 murderers allowed in our country with this ridiculous open border policy that these eggheads put in. But we're also working closely with you on ending human smuggling and the implementing of the safe third country agreements, which are very important.
He said
in January,
egghead.
America's armed forces also ended the
It's
reign
great.
of one
It's
of the
great.
biggest cartel kingpins of all, with the Operation Absolute Resolve to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice in a precision raid that nobody's ever seen anything like it. This was in a very powerful military base, fort. And they went in and they took him out and they got him out, and people couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. We were right into the heart and took him out. And it was nasty. It was about 18 minutes of pure violence. And we took him out. We lost nobody. Not one person was lost. Not one aircraft or no military equipment, zero. People have never seen anything like it. And you're talking about into a military base with a lot of soldiers, good soldiers. Since that operation, we've been working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, who's doing a great job working with us. I mean, she's doing a great job because she's working with us. If she wasn't working with us, I would not say she's doing a great job. In fact, if she wasn't working with us, I'd say she's doing a very poor job. Unacceptable. No, but she's doing a great job, Marco, right? And she gets along great with Marco. And we're taking out tremendous amounts of oil. They're making more money now than they've ever made. Ever made. We have the big oil companies in. They are making more money. We're getting some. They're getting a lot. They're making more money now than they've ever made in the history of their country. Can you imagine? And it's being spent properly, and they're watching it closely. And I'm pleased to say that this week we have formally recognized the Venezuelan government. We've actually legally recognized them. We have also just reached a historic gold deal. It's called the gold deal with Venezuela to allow our two countries to work together to facilitate the sale of Venezuelan gold and other minerals. They have great amounts of gold. They have good land, I tell you. Very good land. But they weren't able to take advantage. The system didn't allow them to take advantage of the value of their land. As we achieve a historic transformation in Venezuela, we're also looking forward to the great change that will soon be coming to Cuba. Cuba's at the end of the line. They're very much at the end of the line. They have no money. They have no oil. They have a bad philosophy. They have a bad regime that's been bad for a long time. And they used to get the money from Venezuela. They get the oil from Venezuela. But they don't have any money from Venezuela. They don't have any oil. They don't have anything from... People can't even... They land in Cuba. They can't get gasoline to fly out. They have to leave their planes behind. And they want to negotiate, and they are negotiating with Marco and myself and some others. And I would think a deal would be made very easily with Cuba. But for 50 years, I've been hearing, as a little boy, I'd be hearing about Cuba. Cuba's a disaster. But I've been hearing so much about Cuba. But Cuba's in its last moments of life, as it was. It'll have a great new life, but it's in its last moments of life the way it is. And but our focus right now is on Iran, and we'll do that. I would say, what will you do? Take about 2 days off, Marco? No, he won't. Maybe an hour. He'll take 1 hour off, and then he'll finish up a deal on Cuba. That'll be an easy one. But it'll be the entire region that we're doing that. Many of you have come today, and they say, I hope you can take care of Cuba, because you've had problems with Cuba, right? You mentioned. I was surprised, but 4 of you said, actually, could you do us a favor? Take care of Cuba. I'll take care of it, okay? So, and as these situations in Venezuela and Cuba should make clear under our new doctrine, and it is a doctrine, we will not allow hostile foreign influence to gain a foothold in this hemisphere. That includes the Panama Canal, which we talked about. We're not going to allow it. And together we'll protect our sovereignty, our security, and our cherished freedom and independence. And just in finishing up, the nations gathered here today are filled with unlimited potential. You have tremendous potential. It's a great part of the world. But to fulfill that tremendous potential, we must smash the grip of the cartels and criminal gangs. And
all right, this is Kristi Noem's. Oh yeah, this is a PR stunt for Kristi Noem, because they demoted her from, right, and now she has this new role at the Shields of America. And so they're in Miami today. I remember this now. And she's going to be here talking about her new role. So they're talking about narco-terrorism, you know what I mean, close to home.
Organizations run by, in some cases, absolute animals, and truly liberate our people. And some people are afraid to do it because they've gotten such a foothold. But I think you can get out of that, and we'll work with you if you need. With the courage and resolve of the leaders in this room, great leaders, will make our nation safer, stronger, richer, and more successful than ever before. So I want to thank you all very much for coming. I look forward to the incredible progress that's soon to come. You're going to see some incredible things. And now I'd like to ask Secretary Rubio and Secretary Hegseth to say a few words, and then I'll sign a proclamation formally launching the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, which is what it is. It's a counter cartel coalition. And thank you all for being here very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's it. Nothing about the war, of course, right? It's so crazy. You're in the middle of a war. You can't mention it. But they're keeping a tight lip on really what's happening there. It's hard to get a real big, usually, you Google, you go through, it's hard to get a piece of what's happening. Some people are saying that if you're in a certain country and you post any damage, that you're actually getting fined or you could go to jail. So people again, I don't know if that's true, but I've heard it. Maybe it seems like it could be true, right? So if you're in a certain place and you post damage, that's probably just posting damage. Like you're just actually like letting the world know what's happening. Yeah, that's not okay. So it's already being a propagandized war where we can't really see everything. Like despite this world where you thought all the news was everywhere, it's hard to get a handle. Like did the USS, Abraham Lincoln ever get hit? Everyone says it. They said it did. We say it didn't. I've never got the verification. It looks like it never did. Like I don't think, you know what I mean? There's just a bunch of speculative stuff going on right now, and nobody knows for sure. We're now still above the 200, the 50's coming too, and you're still inside this flag on the 1 minute time frame. So, it is a Saturday with, geopolitical unrest. It looks like gold and silver may be the play into halfway through next week. Things may shift on Wednesday. Looking for gold to stay somewhat bullish here and get a continuation. Let me jump on into the chat. Make sure I'm not missing any super chats or anything that anybody said here. Thank you so much for the memberships. Crypto Live for being an excellent foreign diplomat for the Jew. Thank you so much, Kim Jong. We love you, man. So crazy. God bless President Trump and God bless the world. No more criminal organizations will be tolerated. Hey, we're cleaning it up. I am in a long right now on Bitcoin. It's down $15. I'm really stressed. And I'm long gold. That's it. Yeah. Seeing if the 4-hour tweezer bottom can hold here. Every time we get one, it hasn't seemed that didn't work out. We'll see if it can again. There's some bearish signs too. The 1 hour is below the 200 moving average, touching the 21. Technically, that's a bear flag. That's my signal to long, so it's technically a signal to short. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. It's in the middle. It's low volume on the weekend. I'm just taking kind of a shot on the 4 hour. That's all. I'm not being really too crazy about it. And it's when my trades are really small, it usually means I'm not really into the trading day. I'm just kind of trading to stay in the motion, but not really into it. Yeah. Anyway, looks like it's going to dump. We'll see if the 1 minute can stay above the 200. If the 1 minute loses the 200, then this whole thing, that kind of looks like shoulder, head, shoulder. And if the 4 hour candle ended up closing green next to the red one, and it's a red one next to the green one, then it's pretty much a wrap too. You need this to close green. That's in 45 minutes too. So I'll keep you updated to the trading group throughout the day. It almost looks like you should just be shorting the 1 hour right now. Technically. About to say that I thought I just drew it and then I don't see it now. That's weird. Oh, it was on here probably, right? Or maybe I drew it on weeks itself. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I mean, the 1 hour looks bearish. It's touching the 21 on the other side. Whenever we do this, that's a bull flag. We long that, right? So it looks like I should be shorting, to be honest. Looks like a higher probability short. I'm going to take my trade down. Caught at 26. Yeah, I'm not going to trade Saturdays, man. It looks like it's going to dump, though. I just kept hitting last, right? I want to get out at the last price. There we go. Sometimes I don't want to hit that, and then you close both positions accidentally. I'll be honest, that looks like it's going to pump. Sorry to flip so quickly there, but it is what it is. I got to be real with you guys. Most traders won't do that because they don't want to look stupid. I don't mind because it is what. If you're a trader, one day you're going to see a position and you're going to be like, you know what? It's not looking that good. Watch the 4 hour hold and it pumps so nicely. And everyone's like, oh, well, you had it. You had called the bottom, Sam. You called the bottom. I just don't like weekend trading. It's low volume. Yeah, the 1 hour looks bearish to me. Well, we'll see. If the 4 hour can close a green candle, then maybe you got yourself a chance. I don't think it's willing to take a risk. I'm out for the day on the trades. So there you go. That's my last thing. So if you stay to the end, you got the last piece of info. Apologize for switching it up, but it is what it is. Any shot, Arrow comes back. If the whole market comes back, Arrow will come back. That's one coin I believe in. Yeah, I still own my Aerodrome. Yeah, and then you only have to suffer a tiny loss, right? Exactly. He said, I've been trading 40 years. It's critical to change your perspective and not marry a belief. Thank you for saying that, man. It's pretty cool. Shout out to Kenny O. Yeah, gas price is going to jump because of oil, man. Gas is oil, bro. There you go. You'll get there. You'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to jump out for the day, everybody. Be careful. Looks like Bitcoin's going to take a little bit of a move down based on what we do here. But, I mean, there was bull div. Some conflicting evidence. Right now, it's in the middle on a low-volume weekend. Bear flag on the 1 hour, 21 touching below the 200. 4 hours struggling to make a secondary green candle next to a tweezer bottom. We'll see. We do have some buying wick, though, right? And you're very oversold in the 4-hour time frame. I was probably onto something there. I don't have enough conviction, obviously, to be in the trade. If we get back above the 200 moving average in the 1 hour, and I find maybe a flag on the 15, I'll long again. I just got to wait for more confirmation. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on in today and being a part of the live. We appreciate you. We love you so much. That is your Saturday morning stream. We're back tonight to break down Bitcoin. See what happens. See if we get back above this 200. See if the flag ends up dumping. I'll take this away. I'm not in a trade right now, so we'll see. Just a gold trade. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Be amazing. Keep pushing. Stay positive. Believe great things are happening to you, and they will. Create the opportunity through believing that it's happening. Your mind creates the reality. You keep saying, good things are going to happen to me. Great things are happening. A big opportunity is coming right around the corner. I just know it. Then guess what? You're going to create something in your life that's going to create an opportunity. You're going to make that vibrational shift by raising your frequency. Don't you understand? You're in control all the time, subconsciously. You've got this. Shout out to everybody. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll see you tonight. Stay amazing, stay blessed, and keep pushing. The secret to success is getting started. You just got to start. So many people are afraid to get going, and they never get anywhere. They don't start trading. They can't open up a trade. They lose a trade. They can't. They get stuck, man. Don't be stuck. Make a move. I love you. Thank you.